Hi, today I'm in Livestein, Caithness. This will be a slightly unusual trip because the primary goal is to meet up with some biker friends, drink copious amounts of beer. And while I'm here, I'm going to show you some amazing history. So first things first, I'm going to ride down into the village and see if I can get pitched my tent next to the fire station. So let's go and do that. Well, for this trip I didn't bring any food at all. I decided I was going to use the local Spar shop in the village and give them the money. Now, I wanted to get some spicy noodles, but the nearest I could get was pot noodle, and I cannot remember the last time I ate a pot noodle. It must have been in the 90s at least. So today we're going to have a pot noodle. I'm using my, what have I got? Ooh. A titanium pot, my fire maple pocket rocket rip-off, and a windshield because it's seriously windy. So kind of folding windshield thing, and I shall get that water on, and when it's done and it's steeped in the pot noodle, I will let you know what I think. So it's ready, so let's have a look and see what we think. Now, I'm not going to measure this against my spicy Korean stuff because that's not what it is, but be interesting to see what we've got. And first impressions, it's very yellow. I mean, my God, that's day-glow yellow. So let's give them a try. Don't normally do this on camera, but this one I will. Well, it's a bit, dare I say, bland, but it's kind of chickeny flavoured, and yeah. I think it'll do. It'll fill a hole. It's a bit of an alarming yellow colour, but other than that, yeah, we'll give it a go. It's very watery as well. I think I'm going to need my spoon, wherever it's gone. But I'll polish this off and I'll let you know when I've finished my final verdict on it. So that's the noodles gone, and what do I think of pot noodle, chicken and mushroom flavour? Well, I'm actually quite surprised. I actually really liked it. I can't remember enjoying these in the past, but I actually really enjoyed it, and it wasn't bland. It actually had quite a lot of flavour. It reminded me of petrol station chicken pies, and there's nothing wrong with a petrol station chicken pie. I actually quite like that. Now, would I eat them every day? No, I wouldn't. But as a standby, you know, in a little village in the middle of nowhere, I think that's a really nice little meal. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I am totally surprised. So there you go. The blandest spicy noodle I'll probably ever eat on the channel, and yet, yeah, would I buy it again? Absolutely. Did I enjoy it? I did. Well, on that bombshell, I'm going to go and lie down and chill out for a little bit, and I'll see you a bit later. Good morning. Well, as you can see, I broke my microphone, so I'm having to hold it in front of my mouth, but it's probably a good thing because it's really windy today. But, well, I'm the only one who's got up at the moment. The rest of the guys are all asleep in their tents. It was a bit of a boozy night, so I'm going for a walk down to the harbour. So I'll take you down to the harbour with me, and when I'm done, when they all get up, I'm going to get some breakfast, and then I'm going to jump on my bike and ride up to the Grey Cairns, and I'll show you these amazing burial tombs. Now, burial tombs sound a bit on the boring side, but these are pretty unique. They're fully, you can go inside them and all the chambers are still there. They're fully enclosed and they're massive, and they're in the middle of nowhere, top of a moor, so they are pretty amazing, and I'm really looking forward to going up and seeing them actually. So, but for now, I'll take you on a walk down to the harbour. I'm just leaving Leibster village, which is a kind of linear settlement on the east coast. And it was once a herring fishing village, like most of the villages up the east coast of Scotland. And, well, they don't land fish here anymore, but there's a little harbour down the bottom. So I'm going to walk down to it. So I'll spin the camera around and I'll take you along with me. So this is the old fishing port of Leibster, and in the 1860s and 1870s it was an absolute thriving herring port. It was a full-on fishing station, as they called it, and it had a fleet of boats, but they also processed the fish here, and the fish would go up that steep hill that I walked down, all packed in barrels, so they'd have been gutted, filleted, packed in salt and shipped out of the village. So that's the main reason that Leibster was here, is it was part of the East Coast herring fleet. As you can see, it's pretty empty now. There are still some boats working out of here. As far as I can see, there's 3 crabbing boats who land crabs, but there's nobody landing fish here anymore. But I think it's used by leisure boats. I think you can actually sail into here and more, and this is a very exposed bit of coast, and this is a bit of a safe haven. But all the old buildings are still here, and the old fishing station building behind me is now a cafe and a museum. Unfortunately, it's too early in the morning for it to be open, which is a shame because I do like a museum. But nevertheless, they haven't just left it to decay, they're using it for something good. So I'm really pleased, and the place is great. But I'm going to have to get myself back up the hill, see if those boozy bikers have woken up yet, and go and get some breakfast. So I'll see you when I've had something to eat, and I'm getting on my bike to go up to the Grey Cairns. So I'll see you then. This is the inside of the round cairn. Archaeologists believe this was built between 5,000 and 6,000 years ago, and it was used by Neolithic people to bury important dead. It had 3 skeletons in here and a number of tools, arrowheads, knives that we think were left with the people that were buried here. It is an amazing structure and is believed to be the oldest building that's still, standing in the UK. Now, I don't know how true that is, but pretty much I would say this was definitely a building. The passageway in is quite a tight crawl, and there is a blocked off chamber to the other sides where other bodies were found, but this is the main chamber. What is it? It's about 2 meters by 2 meters by about 4 meters, and there's a massive capstone, and it's built almost like a dry stone wall in a circular pattern with a huge capstone above us. At some point, the archaeologists have actually added like a skylight up there, and that's so people can come in here without the aid of a torch, and it does make the place a whole lot easier to see. It's a pretty amazing place. I'm a little bit lost for words because I can't believe how amazing it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crawl back out and walk up to the other burial chamber, which is a long cairn, which is a bit further up on the hill over there. So I shall get myself outside and I'll take you up to the next one. Well, that's me all packed up and back on the road on the way home. So I thought I would take this opportunity to round up the video, to thank Hayley for her amazing hospitality. She fed us and we had lots to drink and everybody had a great time, and it was great catching up with old friends. As far as the video concerned, I know it's not my usual sort of video, and I just thought I'd give you an insight to the other side of me, and that's Chris, who is a biker. The rest of my videos, well, we'll be going back to wild camping in the next one. So until then, I'll say ta-ra. Ta-ra.